And here we are again, same sweater, different day, I promise you. Now, at the end of yesterday, I mentioned how important flexibility is to us being able to do the work we need to do. And when I mean flexibility, I mean being flexible with what we plan. My plan today has been, and always has been, to actually get in a regular practice session. And part of that is because this morning, what I did already today was I taught a bunch of students at NEC Prep in the Suzuki program I have there. So I taught 4 trumpet lessons in addition to 2 trombone lessons. So I actually need to get my face back into the bass trombone and back into doing things. So the things I'm going to incorporate in this session are going to be, I'm going to start off with things like chimera, playing as written and down the octave. I'm actually also going to play from the Blazevich book. I'm going to play some from the Bordoni book and some from the, did I mention Blazevich book? I did, Blazevich book. And also some from the Arbin book. The section that I played from a couple days ago with endurance, I'm going to do some of that. So this is really a little bit of everything, but it's all designed to get me back into, to continue the process of being back into regular playing with having a more customary kind of practice session. So at this point, what I'll do is I'll probably cut in and out and bring up certain things that I'm doing as I do it, rather than have you take along with me every step of the way. Because while that could be useful, you might have your own kinds of things that you want to do. But what I'm going to do is start off with my timer. Timer, great tool. Start off with my timer with 45 minutes and get into my face. So I've got my little noodle that I like to do, so I'll go ahead and do that. Just to, my lips have vibrated, but they haven't vibrated on this instrument. And let's see how things go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my chimera book. And with the chimeras, I'm going to play a couple of these in a row down the octave just to get my face back into the bass trombone. And then as I have things that I want to bring up as I'm doing it, I'll go ahead and stop the video, cut back in, and to give you some thoughts on where I am right now, sort of process where things are. Okay, here we go with chimera. All right, so now's my first time to cut in. I'm actually about to play my 4th chimera, but I want to bring out what I'm listening for as I do this. I'm really listening for, I'm listening for a sound where I sound like I'm in the mouthpiece, where I sound like I'm in the instrument, where I'm getting my warmth and my core and my brilliance, and things are mostly working, which is mostly happening. So, but I'm going to go ahead and play number 11 here. So when I hear that, I say, okay, I tell myself, okay, I feel comfortable, I sound comfortable, I feel comfortable. Now I'm going to go ahead and play a few as written. And I'm going to spend probably about 5 minutes playing them as written and another 5 minutes playing them down the octave. Oh, I'm glad the timer went off. Truthfully, I'm very glad the timer went off. So I have finished my 45-minute session. That was the last 13 minutes of it was playing Arbin to that point. I almost made it to number 38, but I made it to number 35. So what did I do? How did I spend my time in that session? Well, in the first part, I played I played things that were simple, that were in the low register, particularly in the low register because I've been playing on smaller mouthpieces today, and I wanted to play in a register that would really require me to expand inside the mouthpiece, which the low register does. So I played the chimeras down, 4 or 5 of them, and then I went up to playing chimeras as they were written. I was feeling pretty good, played another couple down, and then I went over to the Blazevich book. And I played, about 4 or 5 Blazeviches all together. And I didn't necessarily just play them down. If I was unhappy with something, I would stop and work on it. Because at this point, I'm really looking at myself as being in more kind of a normal kind of day, or a customary kind of day. I'll use that word because perhaps that's more applicable. A customary kind of practice session, maintenance kind of practice session. And then after doing the Blazeviches, I went over to this Arbin and started with number 17. I think it's number 17, but I'm going to verify as I look at it. Started with number 19, went 19 through 35. Basically without a break, except to empty my water. So that is what I did. That is not what you have to do. But the things that I'm pointing to are play music that I'm comfortable with, play music that I really know how it goes, and be willing to work on it. I think we sometimes shy away from doing things that we know, but we shouldn't ever shy away from that. It's when we play stuff that we know that we can really work on honing and fine-tuning skills that we already have, but fine-tune them to the higher level. So tomorrow's practice session, honestly, tomorrow's practice session is going to be similar to this, but come back and I may have a few thoughts for tomorrow that are a little bit different from today. So thanks for joining me.